Live from Fargo and serving you on TV, online, and on the go. This is Valley News Live at 10.
Breaking news tonight out of Crookston, where police are trying to arrest a wanted fugitive. We're told numerous law officers are staked out along the 300 block of Lincoln Avenue, which is on the east side of Crookston. It started around 8 this evening.
Valley News Team's Katie Opperly is headed to Crookston and has just been in contact with authorities there, and she joins us with the very latest. Katie?
Guys, police confirmed with us they're trying to arrest convicted murderer Joshua Hendrickson. Authorities say Hendrickson has been a fugitive for 7 days. He was let out of the St. Cloud State Prison last year after serving 18 years for fatally stabbing Christopher Nelson and injuring a second man. The agency says Hendrickson was placed on supervised release after he got out of prison, and then he took off, and that he has been a fugitive since last week. Police tell us roads in the area have been shut down and drivers are being rerouted. At one point, residents were being told to stay in their houses, and that precaution has ended. We are currently pulling into Hendrickson right now and trying to scope out the situation. We'll bring you any new developments as they come in, but for now, reporting live, Katie Opperly, Valley News Live.
All right, thanks, Katie. We also keep you updated on valleynewslive.com.
My kid is coming home and telling me that she doesn't want to come to school anymore and that these kids are being mean to her. I was like, and it's not fair for her.
A Fargo mom is speaking out. She says her daughter is being bullied at Hawthorne Elementary School. She says she had to do something, so she's looking for a new start at a different school.
Now, on top of that, she says the school administration is sweeping it under the rug and she doesn't like it. So she called her whistleblower hotline. Valley News Team's Melanie Palmer sat down with this mother who thinks schools need to take bullying more seriously.
It's ridiculous. It's hard.
Kathleen Perry has one daughter. Her name is Taya, and she's in 2nd grade. She tells us Taya has always enjoyed going to school. That is, until now.
She's like, I don't want to go to school anymore.
Perry says her daughter started going to Hawthorne Elementary School this fall. She tells us she's been bullied for most of her time there.
Like,
she says the bullying even got physical.
Came home and was like, Mom, some kid punched me on the playground.
But that wasn't the end of it.
Not even a week and a half later, the same kid that had punched her out at the playground punched her again, this time in the face.
So she went to talk to school administrators, but had no luck.
They were like, we're getting it taken care of.
So we checked with the district office to see where the case sits. We were told no official complaint was filed with the principal. And Perry says they're right, because she could never get a hold of the principal to do it. Now Perry has had enough.
They think that it's just going to get swept underneath the rug like everything else does. No, that's not happening.
She transferred her daughter to another school where she's hoping for a fresh start. In Fargo, Melanie Palmer, Valley News Live.
Perry Ann said her daughter started school at McKinley Elementary School on Monday. We reached out to the school district to see what they're doing to combat bullying. Someone with the district told us Fargo Public Schools takes bullying seriously, has policies established against bullying, and investigates if reports of bullying are filed. If you need help uncovering fraud or corruption in your community, call the number on your screen. It's our whistleblower hotline, 701-237-6576, and leave your tip. A member of our investigative team will get on the case and go to work to expose the truth.
Police and cleanup crews are on the scene of a hay bale crash in Moorhead. It happened around 7 this evening when 20 to 30 large and tall hay bales on a semi weighing about 1,000 pounds each couldn't make it past the BNSF bridge on Highway 10 and fell off. That area is just west of Buffalo Wild Wings. Police tell us the semi driver didn't have enough clearance. Another semi, also loaded with hay bales, was behind the first, and police were helping that driver back out of the area while crews used bobcats to shovel up the hay into waiting trucks. Traffic has been blocked in that area, but the road is expected to reopen around 10:15. The drivers are with Van Camp's Trucking Company. We are still waiting to hear if there will be any charges.
Warmer temps will be nice as we hit midweek, but before we get there, it sounds like there could be some snow and slippery conditions. Let's get the very latest from Robert Hahn. Robert?
Yeah, cold enough for some snow to make its way through the area. It's taking its time getting on in here, but there has been some snow and some ice out in central and western portions of North Dakota. In fact, Divide County, the far northwestern county in the state, now a no travel advisory into that area because of freezing rain. Temperatures right now mainly in the single digits and teens, winds increasing out of the south and southeast. Temperatures will be steady to slowly rising, but right now wind chills as cold as 2 below in Langdon, Grand Forks, and Thief River Falls. A lot of cloudiness, and underneath those clouds, we're seeing quite a mess. Snow taking its time getting on off towards the east. A lot of snow and ice out west. All of that makes its way on off towards the east. How much can you expect where you live? We'll let you know coming up in just a few minutes.
Bottom line is take it easy.
Absolutely, big time.
Thanks.
A North Fargo daycare will reopen tomorrow morning after a gas leak forced an evacuation earlier this morning. About 60 kids were at the Children of Hope Daycare Center when workers noticed the smell. The director tells us it was from a faulty furnace at neighboring CVS. A repair crew finished up work around 6 o'clock tonight, and the gas levels are no longer a threat. During the evacuation, older kids went next door to a classroom at NDSCS, while the 6 infants from the center went to the Days Inn Motel across the parking lot.
They don't really think. They're just acting, and that acting could cost them their lives.
Add this to the list of things not to do when driving. Troopers say that they are seeing Netflix and driving, they don't mix.
This after a woman driving an I-94 between Moorhead and Fergus Falls crashed into a median while she was watching Netflix on her iPad. Valley News Team's Veronica Marshall has the details on how you can help crack down on distracted drivers.
A number of 911 calls coming in, a number of people concerned about this person being all over the road.
Panic on the roadway led to a flurry of 911 calls. The culprit, distracted driving, but at a whole new level because this driver was watching Netflix.
It did result in a crash, and the crash caused not only issues for that person, but several other people because it backed up traffic. It resulted in a secondary crash, which involved 4 other vehicles. They did have some injuries, and they were transported by ambulance.
This time, no one died, but that won't always be the case.
I hate to see young people die, and it is a shame that they risk their lives just for something little and insignificant. There is a lot of people that take their eyes off the road for a couple of seconds, bam, it's all over with.
Change lanes. Get away from them. That's basically all you can do.
But troopers say there is one more thing you can do.
When you're seeing a vehicle going all over the road, people wonder, at what point should I call in? Well, I say if it gets to that point where it's such a clear and present danger, where it's just, if this person continues down the road, they're going to hurt themselves or they're going to hurt someone else, by all means call.
When you call, share as much information as you can, like the vehicle's license plate number, make, model, and color, along with your location. Because even if you can get away from the dangerous driver, others might not be so lucky.
So we can get there, hopefully intercept that driver before they result in a crash and hurting themselves or somebody else.
That's the most important thing, keeping people alive.
Veronica Marshall, Valley News Live.
The National Highway Traffic Safety Administration says during daylight hours, about 481,000 drivers are using their cell phones on the road. More than 3,400 people died in 2016 from distracted driving.
A Fargo man with prior indecent exposure convictions has admitted to improperly touching himself last June in a Minot bar. 49-year-old Stuart Kelly pleaded guilty Monday to indecent exposure. According to a criminal affidavit, a woman in the bar noticed Kelly staring at her while touching himself. He has 6 previous indecent exposure convictions in North Dakota dating back to 1996. He faces up to 5 years in prison if convicted.
The Ventura County, California Sheriff's Office released details about the horrific mass shooting inside a Southern California bar and grill on November 7th. Authorities say 28-year-old Ian Long entered Borderline Bar and Grill about 11:20 that night and fired more than 50 rounds with a .45 caliber semi-automatic handgun. The Afghanistan war veteran killed 12 people before fatally shooting himself. The sheriff there says the shooter's motive is still unknown at this time and that he did not have a permit to carry a concealed weapon.
Later on Valley News Live at 10, a brewery in Northern California is asking craft breweries across the nation to help the victims of the deadly fire. How they're helping is coming up.
Increasing snow and ice as we head through the overnight hours and through the day tomorrow. How will that affect your drive tomorrow? We'll let you know right after this.